Hello, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Frank in action again, and we are doing live streaming. And this will be my first time doing this one. Uh, Definitely, it's not a mukbang kasi hindi naman siya maraming tao ay maraming pagkain. So I hope guys you're gonna enjoy this. This will be a recorded live streaming. So if you are not able to see this during the live stream, you can still be able to watch this pre-recording. Oh, just hold on for a while. Okay, so here you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we still have one viewers as of this moment. But anyway, I will just be starting this one because a few minutes from now I'll be having my classes also. So I'll just have an ample time watching. Or I'm sorry, eating, and I'm gonna show you my food for today. So as what I've said in my previous recorded video that I uploaded, I think yesterday. I'm actually working outside the house, so I'm not working home base. I'm actually working in a working space. So basically, I'm bringing my own food instead of just buying online or doing Grab like that. So for our safety, it would be better that you're gonna bring your own food. You cook your own food. You clean your own vegetables, this kind of thing. So it's very important that I can also bring my own food. One of the reason it's economically I'm sorry, it's more economical. So that's it. So this is my bento. Oh, bento, like that. So very Japanese style. Yeah. So yeah. So this is my food. Oh, this is made of wood actually. Chopstick, if you know how to use it. All right, and of course a small spoon. I use small spoon because I don't want to make it very big and it will become very bulky. So if you have any questions, guys, you can just type those questions in our comment section. And yeah, I will be also answering some questions that I already got from my own Facebook page. And there are also some questions that I read in our, what I call this one, Native Camp active group page. So let me just open that one and check what are those questions. Okay. But before doing that, let me just show you the food that we prepared for today's live streaming. So actually it's talaga siya prepared. I don't know how does it look like now. Okay. This is how it looks like. Yeah. So medyo hindi na siya. Yeah, this is my dinner for today. Please come and join me. And while eating, I will be answering some questions that you want to ask. And yeah, some of the questions that I got here. Hello. I received my payment by traditional bank transaction just to figure out what the fees are too high. Is NC delivering payment through PayPal, Pioneer, etc. So as what I knew before, the native camp teachers na hindi naman nagtuturo sa Pilipinas, those teachers that are working outside the Philippines, they are receiving their payment using PayPal. But as of this moment, I think I got an update. Some teachers also told me that they are required to have their own local bank account. And native camp, I'm not really sure about that one, but they're doing that one. And before also, those teachers working outside the Philippines, they are receiving twice a month. But this time, they can choose either of the two. But I highly suggest you just gotta choose one payment in a month. It's because you will be paying the services, the transaction, this kind of things. So practically, it would be better that you're just going to choose one pay lang in a month. All right, so that's the first question, and I answered it. So I deserve something. This is egg, guys. Mm. Course water. All right, so I have another question here. Okay, so there is a question here. Um, Hello, my fellow Native Camp tutors. I just want to ask for a confirmation. It is actually about the no cancellation booked classes. It's only my first month of working here, so I still don't know about this. So recently, I managed to reach the 20 booked classes without any cancellations on my side. However, unfortunately, I happened to open a slot accidentally and somebody booked it already. That time, it's a conflict to my schedule. So I already have 23 book classes. My question is, if I cancel that book class, will the no cancellation book classes instead be gone also? Thank you so much. All right. So technically, since it's your, what do you call this one? It's your goodwill, like meaning you mistakenly open that schedule, basically it will be considered as part of the cancellation incentive or cancellation penalty. So you will be not able to receive the no cancellation, the 550 NCC for the whole cutoff simply because of that. So I suggest first be careful in opening your slots. Make sure to turn off your or turn off the application, nativecamp application, every time you're not using it. Because sometimes when it's open and you put your phone on your pocket or in your pocket, most of the time, it happens like that and it's not really good. I understand the frustration there and it happened to me many times already and I learned from that experience. So you have to turn off your nativecamp application once you're not using it so that at least it can minimize the chances of opening the slots accidentally. Okay, yeah, that's the second question for our lesson, I mean for our live streaming today. So let me just eat. Mm, delicious. Good shit. I'm not really sure if you can hear that, but that's how other vloggers do. They really want the viewers to hear that thing. I don't know, before I don't really feel like it's very attractive, but as time goes by, as mukbang becoming very famous, it's becoming very attractive to eat something also once you're hearing people eating that way. It's really, when I was younger, my grandmother told me to never eat that way. Yeah, and it's not, I still believe in that, but for mukbang culture, I have to do it. Mm, so delicious. The rice that the Philippines have is actually different from the Japanese rice. It's really difficult to use chopsticks. Mhm. Hello, Teacher Eden. Thank you so much for watching. Mhm, Rob. Mm. Actually, it's really beneficial to have live streaming while you're eating. Why? Because I can see how many minutes I eat. My dinner duration is. So for example, now it's already 10 minutes. My God, ang bagal ko parang kumain. By the way, this food that I'm eating is a Japanese food, but some of the well, it's actually a little bit sweet, but we are not using sugar to make it sweet or as a sweetener. We're using honey. So my wife and I are very what call this one? If we have a chance to choose between the other brand and versus the organic, we always choose the organic way. So, for example, instead of using sugar, we use honey. Instead of using um, evap or condense that are really stuck for so long, simply because that what do you call this one? Milk, condensed milk is using a tin like that, so we feel like it's not helping the nature, so we choose to have the coconut juice, this kind of thing. So we really prefer to have organic way as much as possible, but we're not 100% doing it because it depends on the availability of the product. So that's the main reason. But as much as possible, we try to contribute goodness to the earth. Actually, in this computer case is also wood. So we like wood, this kind of things. We try to minimize plastic. Like this one, actually, I'm so sad seeing this because this is plastic, but no, it's not plastic. It's just coated, but inside is also wood. This one is plastic, so it's so sad. But the thing is, it's durable and I can use it a lot of times. So I've been using this for 3 years already. So when I was working in the office before, and I think it was in the middle of doing home base. So there are times that my internet was very bad, and I was asking nativecamp to allow me working in the office. So they allow me to do it, and of course, I'm so thrifty. I'm very koripot, so I prefer to have my food ready and use it as my. I mean, I'm gonna call this one. Hirap pag na kumakain. I want to focus on eating, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is I prefer the the food from home kasi mas masarap tapos mas masustansya like that. So that's the reason why I love uh making bento or baons. Hmm. And I think you can notice that. Look at my body. Hmm. I think some of our mukbangers, like those uh people who are making mukbang as their contents in YouTube, they're doing it like pre-recorded, right? I highly suggest if they're gonna do that, they do it live stream so that we can see how they really eat the thing. And I heard also some rumors that after eating such food, they are actually, you know, what do you call this? Literally forcing themselves to vomit after the mukbang video. So it's like it's very unrealistic. So I think it would be better if you're gonna do that mukbang challenge, do it live stream. I mean, let's see, let's make it. There's no edit, should be, so we can really see how you do it. Because in my case, I tried to do it now. Just this kind of food, it's very difficult to do it. Once you're talking and you're doing the mukbang, you feel like you easily get full. Mm. You really have to use this. Mm, okay, I will answer another question later. Mhm. Here, I think this is a post from another teacher. I am not actually in divulging, or I'm not mentioning their names for their security also, but the question was, I have been startled by the Native Camp Friends comeback promo. Yeah, I actually received that one already. Available teachers are spending long waiting on standby without students, yet NC feels teachers aren't enough. A penny for your thoughts, teachers. So maybe ganun. And then my disclaimer siya, no disrespect to our fellow teachers who decided not to continue teaching in Native Camp, who may indeed want to come back. Well, I see the disadvantage and the advantages, and maybe the reason of Native Camp. So, as what we know, Native Camp is an opportunity for everyone, and this is also our opportunity to help our co-teachers who have been working here at Native Camp, and they might thought that since they decided already to stop working here at Native Camp, they might have an initial thought or idea that Native Camp will not accept them because they stopped working. So I think, in my own opinion, this is to tell those teachers that, hey, you're still welcome here. As what the initial and the introduction requirements for Native Camp, you can be affiliated to any ESL teacher, and you can still do Native Camp as a part-time or a full-time. So that's the main thing. Second is, for me, when it comes to the teachers na maraming nagwi-wait, like the long waiting, I think I understand the teacher. I receive a lot of um not complaints, but like stories about that, like the long waiting happening now, and why Native Camp is still, letting teachers to apply. Well, again, Native Camp is an opportunity for everyone. Okay. There are a lot of teachers here at Native Camp. They're part of this community, and I cannot generalize that everyone is experiencing the same scenario when it comes to the long waiting in standby. Some are still having a lot of reservations, some aren't. So I think I would like to highlight that perhaps that's the perhaps the reason is that, uh first, let's see the negative thing first and the positive later. First is that maybe the teacher is still not able to handle such advanced teachers or students, or maybe the teacher are not very what do you call this, what um cannot do his job as an online teacher because he's still familiarizing the whole thing. Yeah, I totally understand that. Nangangapa-ngapa ka pa, ganun-ganun. But yung long waiting, parang it's actually a problem for both students and teachers, or maybe focusing on the teachers itself. Kasi as of this moment, I noticed that my reservation is okay, but compared before, it's still, you know, hindi siya masyadong marami. But above all, I think we're just going to focus on development, you know, learn how to handle your classes, learn how to handle your students, and you have to focus on learning on how your student wanted to learn from you. Okay. Actually, the conventional way is that teachers present this information, and you expect that the students will learn from you. But hey, it's already 2021. It's not like that. Okay. If you notice, even if you're in the university, even if you are a professor, or even if you are a teacher in a public school, that kind of conventional approach is not working anymore. The mindset of our students as well as kids are totally different now. They demand on how you want, on how they are going to get that information from you. So it's not only about how good you are, but it's about matching your approach to your students on what kind of approach that they want you to do. Like for example, for kids, you cannot be just serious and just click on those videos or sorry, those audios and then repeat after me. It doesn't work like that. Remember, kids have very short retention, and you have to work for that. So it is very important that you really understand the students' whereabouts. So I highly suggest you are going to read John Piaget. He is a French, what do you call this one, philosopher. He's a contributor on what do you call this one, understanding or matching the students, understanding the development of a person, like that. So yeah, I will type the word. That's his name, John Piaget. Piaget. Or you can say Jean Piaget or Piaget, but actually the reading is John Piaget. So that person, you can actually search that in Google. He has a very nice theory about how the people or how a person develop those kind of development. There's a lot of philosophers or a lot of theorists who can make you, who can help you understand on how we're going to match. As what I've said in my previous contents before, you really have to know what kind of C are you going to do. Are you the controller? Are you the coach? Or are you a counselor? Right? So try to watch that video, the three C's. Again, controller, coach, or the counselor. This kind of thing. Just try to expand your understanding on that video. But as what I've said, Native Camp offers services to teach students to have a very high quality classes. So it's very important as teachers, we have to provide that, not only with because I feel good, now I do it. And then after that, I don't feel because the student don't understand me, I will not do it. No, it should be a consistent quality teaching, quality classes. That's something that you should be what do you call this one? You should put it in your mind during your classes. Now, going back to that long and then why the company still asking us to convince or at least inform them that they can still come back here at Native Camp simply because Native Camp wanted to help them. That's my opinion on that idea. Well, now, he has a disclaimer here. He said, no disrespect to our fellow teachers who decided to continue teaching in Native Camp. Well, some teachers would say, yeah, they're gone. And then maybe teachers, the lesser teachers, the more students I get. No, it doesn't work like that. It always anchored to how you teach your students. Even if there's only limited teachers here, and then the student doesn't like you as a teacher, it will not uh, change the fact that the student will not take your lesson. So, what I'm trying to say here is that you really have to focus on your learning. Again, lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. Yeah, parang nagsiseminar na ako dito. But that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, but I actually understand. When I read that announcement that Native Camp did, I have the same initial question to myself, like, oh, more teachers like that. But that's very understandable. Initial reaction is that. But if you're gonna dig deeper, again, Native Camp is not only for us. In Native Camp is for everyone, and we have to accept the fact. Okay, so don't be greedy. Okay. Now I have another question here. Meron pa ba? Okay, I am a new teacher here from the Philippines and I just started teaching on January 3rd. Wow, so maybe that's a good thing. Native Camp is still having, still accepting teachers. That's a good thing. Okay, next. Um, Anyone from the Philippines, I would appreciate your comments. I have a few questions about the pay. Okay. I would highly suggest whoever you are sending this message, I would suggest that you're going to watch my video about the tutor rank information. You can actually see that one. Okay, and perhaps it will make you understand. And if you have any questions after watching that video, you can just comment below. I mean, you can comment in the comment section in that video. Okay, so I will continue eating first. Medyo hot na yung hot topic yung kanina na sinagot ko. Which is really true. It's really parang napaka questionable ng decision in native camp during that time. But now I totally understand. Okay, native camp is not only for us who are already working here. Native camp is for everyone. And native camp will continue to look for best teachers in the whole world. Right? So we have to prove ourselves that we become a best teacher for our students, and we can get the benefits of working here at native camp. But if you're just going to become a mediocre and you work here at native camp, then I think we deserve that small incentives or salary, because you're just working like, okay, it's okay, I can do it, I can just sit there, oh, open slots, hello, how are you, what's your name, like that. No, being a teacher is not only like that. Being a teacher, you really have to know how to teach grammars, how to teach those kind of things. I'm not telling that I'm a perfect teacher. I know everything. I can consistently have my grammars perfect in a conversation. I'm not a native speaker. Even native speakers did their mistakes in a conversation, but it doesn't matter. What really matters for me as a teacher is that I can motivate them, and I'm not afraid that my students will become better than I am, because if they do, then I fulfill my job. If not, then I have a job. By the way, I'm now I'm going to show you guys in my next contents, guys, our meetup with my co-teachers. We actually celebrated our unofficial meet and greet, year-end version. So I'm so excited to see that, guys. I'm going to say, I already saw that, but I'm so excited to show you guys that video. So maybe I will just upload my experience in Olango Island first. Together with my wife, we did a camping. So maybe that one first. And after that, I'm going to upload and introduce you guys to my co-teachers, home-based co-teachers. No, they're so good, actually. I mean, my co-teachers, they're so good people. I really enjoyed being with them yesterday. That's why I cannot do chopsticks anymore. It's very difficult. Again, guys, whatever I say here in my channel, it's just my opinion, and it's subject to change. So if you have any comment about what I say, you can just comment down below. You can just comment in the comment section, and you can tell me whatever is your opinion about it, about that new thing, inviting new teachers. But me, as of this moment, I'm okay with that. Native Camp is for everyone. Native Camp is for students. Native Camps are for teachers, for the OG teachers, the original teachers, and those teachers who are already out here at Native Camp, and they still have a chance to work here. Everyone is suffering for the pandemic, right? So don't be greedy. Totemo delicious. Totemo awishi. Kung gusto kong magmukbang ng mga suggest guys kung anong mukbang gagawin ko. Sana hindi masyadong mahal, kasi Hindi pa malaki yung channel natin. Tapos, mukbang natin sobrang dami. Hindi naman maubos. And maybe I will have mukbang and then I will invite some teachers to do mukbang with me. Mm. Mm. Sarap. Ewan ko nung bata pa ako, bawal kumain kami na. Yung lahat ng butil ng rice, uubusin. Dapat may maiwan daw. But as time goes by, naging matanda na tayo. I think it's not practical to do that. You really have to finish everything just like this. Parang hinugasan lang, di ba? So, I still have, once I already finish eating everything, I will be stopping this live streaming. But I still have 2 eggs, slice of egg. So I will answer some questions. Mm-hmm. This is another comment from another teacher. Just wanted to say today, I got my very first student after 3 months of not working, but hey, it went well. Wow, that's very good, right? Next. Hello, I'm currently working in the BPO industry. I don't have any teaching experience. Is nativecamp okay with no experienced teachers? In my opinion, it would be an edge. Okay, that would be an edge if you have a BPO experience. Kasi, when it comes to your accent and also your English conversational skill, it's very good. But take note, whatever you learn in the BPO, it can help you, but some of it you really have to empty your cup, because especially the dead air questions. Like during the lesson, it's okay to have a dead air. Just make sure to give more time to your students to think about on how they are going to answer the questions. In the call center industry, no, you have to really find ways that walang dead air. But that's the thing. That's the culture that I think in the BPO industry and the ESL industry differs so much. Yeah. Here. Oh, I know this teacher, but I will not mention his name. I haven't been teaching for a month. When I came back yesterday, I received so many sudden lessons. Like after the sudden class, another student would come in. Is this normal or just, luck? Sabi niya, chamba daw. But for me, it's not chamba. You are there as a perfect person to teach the person. It's a destiny. Perhaps. I believe in destiny. Next, what's the process of requesting for an account to be deactivated permanently? Well, the best thing that you have to do, you inquire, you send a message to them, and never log into your nativecamp account. By default, after 3 months, you not working, or maybe 6 months not working, you're not logging into your account will be steals, meaning that your account will not be noticeable to your students. So be careful, guys. So for those teachers who are planning to have their long vacation, for example, 6 months, 4 months, 5 months, my first step is to at least have one lesson in a month, or at least log into your account every now and then. No need to have your lesson. Just log in. Okay, just to make sure that your account is active. Someone is, logging into your account. That will, the computer way, like the computer, how do you say that? The program, will be reactivated once there's a login. That's one thing that I understand before, but I'm not a tech key person, so sorry for that. Okay, last question before I eat the second to the last piece of this food here. Mhm. All right, one question. Is there anybody from India I'll be receiving my first payment and I have a few doubts. Okay, so if you're from India, guys, please comment below. Send me a message or just tell me that you're from India and you're working already here for quite long. And let's help this teacher. Just send me or just comment below and I will make you better connect each other so you can just speak to it with your own language. Okay, next is, yeah, I promise you to eat this. Mm, mm. Yeah, this is one of the challenge, right? You have to speak while you're eating. Mhm. Yeah, this one, I have this scenario. Hi teachers, I'm requesting our admin for the removal of my 3 stars. However, I have no idea which students gave me the rating, so I couldn't provide the lesson ID. Can someone please help? Actually, removal of the 3 star, you should know the student, right? Okay. You should know the student. Like for example, this is my thing. One of the reason why you reported the student is because you don't like the experience during the lesson. That's why you reported the student. And since you reported him or her, you should know the information of the student, or at least the lesson ID or the student's ID. But if you just see that you have a 3 star, it means in the previous lessons, everything went well for you. It's your perspective during the whole week. And then on Monday, you saw that there's a 3 star. That's questionable, right? It doesn't mean that, it looks good. Everything is 5 star. Okay. I think for me, I don't care if my students give me 1 star, 2 star, as long as there is no against the law or against the rule guidelines that are being breached. Like for example, if the students are becoming too personal like that, so I report it and I will ask the name will ask Naticon to block the student for me and remove the star. That's it. That's the main reason of the inquiry, for you to inform that you are not comfortable during the lesson. And please, whatever the student gave to me, it's a 4 star or 3 star, please remove it. Or you did not report that incident, and then on Monday you notice that your rating becomes low. So you have an initial information like, maybe this student, because this student, uh, with this student, I have a very uncomfortable experience with this student. So that would be the reason. That would be your initial information or details that you can give to Native Camp. Actually, the bad thing is we don't have any idea who are those students giving us those ratings. That's the bad thing, and we are all experiencing that. So again, if you think that the student give you a low rating, or if your lesson during that class hindi siya maganda, well, the best thing that you have to do is to take note of those. And if that happen, if on Monday, the next cutoff, I mean next week, you notice that there's a low rating, then you can try reporting that one. And maybe other teachers was really asking like, I already reported it, but it's not. I mean, Native Camp did not remove my stars. Here's the thing: the reason it's because maybe the details that you provide didn't match the person that was giving you the 3 star. Always remember, not all smiles are 5 stars. Sometimes smiles are 3 stars. And sometimes, the best smile is just 1 star. You know the logic there? Don't expect anything about it. Just make sure that you always do the best version of you, be the best version of you during your lesson. I would say that I'm not like that always, but if I have a 5 star, 1 star, I just tell myself, Frank, it's okay. Sometimes you're tired, right? So you deserve that 3 star, 2 star, 1 star. That's how I comfort myself. So sad, right? Acceptance na lang tayo dito. Ganyan. All right, so I will eat my last piece of. Oh, mm, no. While eating, I will answer another question. This one. Hi, teachers. Anyone here receive an invitation letter from admin to teach the new teaching material called Study Sapuri Business English? This one, I did not receive this. So I can't answer that. But I think everyone was informed that there's a new material, but only selected teachers are given. Most of the new materials, I'm not invited. So sad, right? But it's okay. That's Native Camp's uh, jurisdiction, and we cannot control that. And maybe Native Camp is helping us also to lessen our workload. Yeah. So I think that was the last question that I will answer, or I just answered. So thank you so much for joining me here in my dinner. So I only have 12 minutes prior to my evening lessons. So I only have 4 lessons in the evening. Most of the time, I stop working until 9 p.m. Philippine time. So now it's already about 6, 6, 7, 8. So how many classes do I have? 7, 8, 9. So I have 4 classes. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is how it looks like. It's very tidy, right? Very clean. All right, guys. So again, guys, I just want to give you some updates on the uploads that I will be providing to you guys, my subscribers and viewers. I will be uploading my experience sa Olango Island, Cebu, and also my experience meeting up with my co-teachers home base. So make sure to watch that. You will be able to, I mean, those teachers are actually most of the time nominated as popular teachers. So you should watch them giving their own tips. Sometimes nahihiya pa sila, they're shy. But, camera shy, they're totally different when they're speaking on the camera. But they really did well. Most of the time, they are the nominated popular teachers. So I met them yesterday. So I'm still editing those videos. So make sure to watch the episodes of those videos. So maraming beses ko siya hati-hatiin para mas makita nyo siya. And hindi kayo ma-overload sa pagwa-watch, right? So again, guys, thank you so much. And this is Teacher Frank again, and you're watching Frank in Action channel. See you guys. Thank you so much for joining my dinner. Bye-bye.